As February winds into March, the G League season hits its stride, and after a classic on Wednesday, we'll see what tonight's tilt offers. Windy City Bulls hosting Chris Clemens and the Maine Celtics, and we've got it for you here on NBC Sports Chicago. Great to have you at the Now Arena, and alongside Mark Shanowski, I'm Sam Brief. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. And Mark, tonight's game, if it's even going to hold a candle to the OT thriller we saw Wednesday, it's got a tough task.
Yeah, Windy City coming away with a one-point win in overtime, led by Devon Dotson with 34 points. Isaiah Thomas, the former NBA All-Star, had 45 for the Gold in that game, which was pretty impressive. We're going to see a guy tonight in Chris Clemens. He only stands 5'9" tall, but he had 3 straight double-doubles, just missed a 4th straight in the last game for the Celtics. So this should be another high-scoring, energetic affair, and we're looking forward to it.
It would have been the first 4 consecutive triple-double streak in the history of the G League. Missed it by just 2 rebounds, but he's an electric player.
And he's right in front of us right now.
5'9", there he is.
He wanted to come and say hello.
He's our height, right, at 5'9".
He knew we were going to talk about him in the open, so he wanted to wander by and just say hello. We appreciate it.
He's trying to make good TV.
Yeah, he's one of the storylines of the game, and he has been an explosive scorer. Of course, at Campbell College, he took them to the NCAA tournament. Just an explosive scorer on the college level. He may be small in stature, but he can light up the scoreboard. Looking at the starting lineup, Devon Dotson has been red hot for the Windy City Bulls. Kerwin Roach will join him in the backcourt. The Bulls' two-way player Marko Simonovic is your man in the middle, and Ethan Thompson, and another two-way player, Tyler Cook, will play the power forward spot.
Well, after we saw Isaiah Thomas at 5'9" lighted up with 45 Wednesday, it's another 5'9" star, Chris Clemens, the 3rd all-time leading scorer in the NCAA, now making a name for himself at the pro level. Windy City coming off an OT win over Grand Rapids, and the Maine Celtics a loss to Isaiah Thomas and that Grand Rapids team.
Celtics are one of the higher scoring teams in the league, and they had a game recently where both Clemens and John Bohannon, their starting center, put up triple-doubles. So they are capable of putting up good offensive numbers. They're not a great defensive team. We'll see if that plays out tonight.
Might as well put us on triple-double watch right now. And we just started. Hey, folks, great to have you at the Now Arena here on NBC Sports Chicago. And it's Ethan Thompson with it over on the right. And cutting Tyler Cook, the Bulls' two-way player, for the first bucket.
As Stacey King likes to say, it's a simple game. You get the ball in the middle, you cut off of him, nice pass, easy layup for Tyler Cook. Good way to start the game.
And Tyler's 5th game back after spending a real chunk of the season at the NBA level. He's injected a lot of juice into this Bulls lineup. Here comes this high-flying Maine team, and one of their sharpshooters, Eric Demers, missing. Devon Dotson had 34 in the OT win and the game winner. Missing there, Demers clears it.
We'll be seeing a lot of Devon Dotson trying to get to the basket. We'll be seeing a lot of this. Craig Clemens with a 3-pointer right off the bat. He has been on fire, and he continues that in the early going for the Celtics.
40% three-point shooter on the season. He had 37 in the loss, just 2 boards shy of his 4th straight triple-double. Thompson, an electric shooter, over to Dotson. The big man, Simonovic, has had a nice February. How about this passing from the Bulls, Mark? And Roach finishes it off.
Really good recognition by Tyler Cook. He is not a 3-point shooter. He made the extra pass in the corner to Kerwin Roach. Roach hit a couple of big threes in that overtime win on Wednesday.
He had no points with 2 minutes left in the game and then exploded. Here's Broderick Thomas.
It's not how many, it's when you score them, and Kerwin Roach was clutch in that game.
Really good timing. And Deontay Burton, the former Iowa State Cyclone, for the tray.
We've seen a lot of teams come into Now Arena shorthanded. The same story with the Celtics. They don't have a full roster, but you know they're going to battle for 48.
And one of the guys they're missing with a broken wrist, former Chicago Bull Denzel Valentine. Broke his wrist February 6th, so we don't get a look at him, but he did travel as Dotson misses the 3.
Yeah, Dotson a little frustrated. Nice shot from the top of the key, rattled in and out.
Quick triggers for both sides early. Thomas, quick whip around. Here's Demers, one of the best shooters in the G League. But it's Thomas. In and out, Simonovic got it.
Bulls dodged a break on that with a wide open look in the corner for the Celtics. Weren't able to hit it. Now Devon Dotson on the attack.
Maine, not only one of the top offenses, but one of the top 3-point shooting teams in the G League. They're 4th. Dotson's wide open. He'll take that every time.
Yeah, I think most teams are going to try to prevent Dotson from getting into the paint, really disrupting their defense. That time he showed him you're going to give me a three-point shot. I can knock that down too.
And it feels like that's the next step for him to take if he wants to become a regular NBA player.
That is his ticket to be an NBA rotation player, to consistently knock down the three.
Now, wide open like that, you have to. Thomas missing the scoop, and now the Bulls in transition.
We know Marco loves to dribble.
There's Tyler Cook. He took a foul. He'll go to the line.
Always like to see that 6'11 center leading the fast break, but he was able to make a solid pass to Tyler Cook, and he'll go to the free throw line. And this is an area we talked about on the broadcast Wednesdays. You see Marco leading the break at 6'11.
Beautiful.
Dishes it over to his power forward, and Cook will go to the free throw line. This is something that Tyler has to work on. As soon as the game ended, the overtime game on Wednesday, he came out with shooting free throws, trying to practice, because he has struggled from the line this season. And that continues.
He gets it right back, though. And here's Simonovic. He took a slap to the face. That was John Bohannon. And Marco's down.
Yeah, pump fake by Marco, and he got the big man for the Celtics up in the air. And unfortunately, he caught it right at the bridge in the nose. He wants to make sure that everything's still attached. As you see him pump fake, he gets raked right across the bridge in the nose. And that's going to smart for a while.
I feel that one watching it. So Simonovic getting helped up by the crew, Cook and Thompson.
Yeah, if this was Looney Tunes night, you'd be seeing birds dancing across his forehead. Tweety
That's one
bird.
of those where the tears well in your eyes automatically.
Yeah. It's going to take a while to clear off his vision, and I think he's going right to the locker room. Now he's going to sit down and get some treatment over there. Hopefully he can come out.
Scotty Lindsey subbed in for him. We saw Henry Domersant, the Bulls' first-year coach, saying, hey, come on, Marco, take a breather.
He'll get some eye drops, clear his vision. He'll be back in before long.
Cook put back no, and the rebound to Bohannon. Bohannon was the slapper, Simonovic the slappy. We'll see if Marco's back in a couple minutes, and now it's Chris Clemens.
Good play by Tyler Cook to cut off Clemens, prevent him getting off a three-point shot.
Didn't even let him dribble, but meanwhile, Deonte Burton has us tied. Burton started at Marquette, finished at Iowa State, and now a veteran in the G League. And this is Ethan Thompson with a nice teardrop.
Really nice move there, a little shot fake, got into the paint. Bohannon was going to try to draw a charge instead of going for the shot block, and he ended up giving up 2 points.
Thompson was perfect from downtown on Wednesday, that time slicing in. As Broderick Thomas misses the three, board to Cook. This is where Tyler's so dangerous. Crashing the glass defensively, now motoring ahead, but his shot interrupted, and here's Thomas. Broderick Thomas, two-way player. He's one of the local stars, as timeout called by Maine, and will step aside. Bulls with a 2-point lead on a Saturday night here on NBC Sports Chicago. High-flying G League action. Back at the Now Arena, smooth start between Maine and Windy City, and here are Mark Shanowski's keys to the game.
I know it's a little bit later in February, but we are not going to celebrate Valentine's night this evening. Denzel Valentine is with the team, but not able to play. As you mentioned at the top of the broadcast, he fractured his hand earlier in the month, so he's going to be out for an extended period of time. The Mighty Might, 5'9" Craig Clemens, he's averaging 29 points, 11 rebounds and 12 assists over his last 4 games. That is impressive. And Devon Dotson, he had 34 in the last game. His duel with Isaiah Thomas, he's ready for another big game tonight.
It's been all about the little guys, the mighty mites, all week. We had the 5'9" Thomas, now the 5'9" Clemens. Well, here's the 6-foot Devon Dotson.
Don't shortchange him. They're listing him at 6'1" in the program, and he would claim to every millimeter of that.
What's his true height?
I'm not sure. Maybe closer to 6 feet, but he is fearless. In our post-game interview Wednesday, he said exactly that. As Ethan Thompson knocks in a 3, continuing his hot shooting from the other day.
Yeah, that's his 4th straight 3. He didn't miss Wednesday.
Keep it rolling. Need that 3-point shooting to kind of balance out the offense. Dotson is great at getting into the paint. They've got some big guys who can score. The one thing that they haven't gotten consistently has been outside shooting.
Yeah, the outside shooting something where you look at the Bulls and you say, okay, there are individual shooters. Scotty Lindsey, Bryce Alford, here's one, and Ethan Thompson, but it hasn't come together as much. Cook, little nubber, 8-footer.
Little flip shot in the paint by Tyler Cook. It doesn't matter exactly. They don't put pictures of how he scored the basket in the scorecard. He gets the 2 points.
He's saying, hey, guys, I'll take that. Little birthday present, and Dotson finishes.
Yeah, that was an interesting turnover. You passed to your teammate, it was his back to you, went off the back of the head. He felt the pass, but never saw it.
Off the head, down the floor, and into the hoop. Clemens, quick flip. Burton, the southpaw, misses off the front end, and Cook's got it. A couple early boards for the former Hawkeye.
Burton was working on that shot pregame. He was draining one after the other. Fortunately, that time, clanged off the iron.
Illegal.
Dotson, tremendous move to shake free the defender and put it in.
Looked like he was playing one-on-one in the backyard with Chris Clemens just decided I'm going to take it right at him and got the 2.
An 11-point lead for Windy City, keyed by Dotson as Clemens can answer, and here comes Calendrick to lead the charge. He flips it off. Scotty Lindsey can't finish. Tips it right back out, though. Bulls a second chance.
Nice job by Lindsey to follow his shots, giving them another opportunity.
Now 5 on the shot clock. It's Cook on Zana. A veteran move, no finish. Put back, no. And cleared by Thomas.
Challenge for the Celtics is going to be finding some offense outside of Chris Clemens.
Still no. And there's still no offense. Zana couldn't get it. And here's the third chance. Demers nails it from the corner.
Yeah, it's too bad Zana didn't make the layup because it ended up with 3 points for the Celtics. He couldn't have asked for an easier shot inside and missed it with the left hand.
And sometimes for Demers, that shot from the outside's a layup. He was a spectacular scorer at D3 Gordon College. How about a slice there for Devon Dotson?
Devon Dotson also getting hit in the face on that shot. Should have been an and 1, but when he gets into the paint, he's awfully tough to stop.
Everyone hide your faces. We saw Marko Simonovic take a shot, now Dotson. Bulls with a 10-point lead. Celtics looking to create a little offense, and with the scoop, it's Deonte Burton.
Very creative shot there by Deonte Burton. Scotty Lindsey had very good defensive position, but instead of trying to go over the top, he did a little underhand scoop shot off the glass.
That's one of the prettiest shots in basketball.
If you can execute it when you get the defender out of position, yeah, it works pretty well.
Quick trigger. Dotson nails the 3. He's got 2.
Dotson continuing his hot shooting from the other day. He is really carrying the Bulls offense now. They get off to a really nice start, 24-13 with just under 4 minutes first.
He makes sure to take at least 200 shots a day outside of practice. He's laser focused, Devon, on getting to the next level with the shot. There's a long one from Burton.
And even at his 6'1" listed height, he's been able to get a lot of rebounds. He's been a very effective player at both ends of the court. As Scotty Lindsey gets fouled as he launches a 3-pointer from the corner.
So next up will be one of the easiest 3-pointers of his life. A free throw for 3.
With the G League rule, you only shoot 1 free throw no matter what the foul is. If it's a 2-shot foul, you shoot 1, try to get 2 points. On a 3-point shot, if he makes the free throw, he'll get 3 points. So a little extra pressure on this one. You don't want to give away 3 points.
Lindsey usually a dead-eye free throw shooter and a dead-eye 3-point shooter. Former Northwestern Wildcat had 14 first-half points in the win Wednesday.
Well, you're taking full responsibility now if he misses.
Northwestern? There you go.
3 points the easy way.
So the Bulls more than doubling up the Celtics. Maine struggling to create some offense. Here's Demers who has a tray. And Demers again off the front end. And Simonovic is back after that no slap.
Good to see him back in there. Henry Drell also entering the lineup for the home team.
Drell's been a nice spark plug. The Estonian, as Dotson just misses in and out.
Devon thought he had it. He's jumping up and down as the ball went in and out. He thought he had another three.
Thought he had the heat check, and there's Clemens bouncing it.
We know he can heat up in a hurry as he gets into the paint at 5'9". He's still elevated over the top. A nice little finger roll for two.
He grew up watching AI, and you see flashes of AI in his game?
Well, I don't know if you want to compare
flashes,
but
bite-sized pieces.
He is a small player who can score in a variety of ways. That's kind of where the similarity ends.
Shooter's touch for Simonovic. Bulls doubling up the Celtics. And here's the former Louisville star, Dang Adele. Off to Burton, who's been awfully active. Kicks right to Lindsay. Bulls have numbers. 2-on-1. Lindsay with the left hand
with the
alley-oop.
left hand. That was creative. Very nice work on the alley-oop. Devon Dotson's kind of smiling. I should have got you a dunk, but you'll take the left-handed layup.
Hey, it looked pretty, and it gets 2 points. It's the Bulls by 17. Devon to Scotty and to break.
Hey, coming up on Monday here on NBC Sports Chicago, 2 of the best teams in the Eastern Conference square off down on South Beach as the Bulls head to Miami to face the Heat. Coverage begins Monday at 6 p.m. with Bulls pregame live.
Big one for Chicago. That'll be a battle between, by record, 2 best teams in the East. And here we're at the Now Arena for a G League battle. Maine Celtics traveling for 2. We'll play again tomorrow at 5. The Bulls and the Celtics, and Mark, what a start for this Bulls offense. 32 points on 63% shooting.
Yeah, that'll get it done, and they're 5 of 8 from beyond the arc, so everything is going well. Chris Clemens has 5 points. That's the one guy that they're going to have to focus in on defensively. If they can keep him in check, they should be able to control this game.
Marko Simonovic took a stinger to the nose. Well, he's got the nose under control, came right in the game, bounced into 3. And the Celtics with it, newcomer to the game, Asante Gist, former Iona Gale, who was in the NCAA tournament last season. 15-seeded Gales fell to Alabama. And also here's the Chicago native Wayne Blackshear Jr., former Louisville Cardinal, gives it to a fellow Cardinal, Dang Adele. Kick out, Gist, in and out on the 3, and Simonovic has it.
Yeah, head coach Jarrell Christian of the Celtics trying to shake things up, get a combination that can work, going to his bench, substituting for Chris Clemens as the Bulls get a 3. Perion Calendret knocking it down from the corner.
So a 20-point lead, still hot from downtown, 6 for 9. And Zana to Gist. Asante bowls over Simonovic, and the Montenegrin big man whistled for the foul.
We mentioned the Celtics being shorthanded. A couple of their players are involved with the World Cup qualifying tournament, so that depleted their roster. We told you about the injury to Denzel Valentine, and then Luke Cornett got called up to the parent Celtics, so they are really operating very shorthanded.
Yeah, FIBA America's event as Simonovic gets a block. You got Jay Sean Page with Puerto Rico and Juwan Morgan with Team USA.
Yeah, the Celtics roster looked a lot stronger a few weeks ago, but they are really depleted right now.
And meanwhile, the Bulls just keep cashing from downtown. This time, the Estonian Henry Drell.
We should point out the Bulls went through that themselves. Every team at the NBA level and the G League level over December and January dealt with some major hardships. Unfortunately for the Celtics, their roster shortage is hitting them at the teeth of the G League regular season.
Roach tips it out. Yeah, for the Bulls, it was earlier. I mean,
right.
At the NBA level, the Bulls were really the first team to have a COVID outbreak. And Henry Domersant and the Windy City staff felt the after effects of that.
And what's happened, of course, in the G League, for people who aren't really familiar with the schedule was set up, they had two portions of the season. They had before Christmas portion of the season, which led into the Showcase Cup as Dangadell is fouled going to the basket. Now they're playing a 36-game regular season where the top 6 teams in each conference qualify for the playoffs. So basically a restart in early January. And fortunately for the Windy City Bulls, they now have a basically fully healthy roster. And hopefully they can finish the season strong and make a run at one of those playoff spots.
The Bulls went through all that roster trouble during the showcase. Missing the free throw there. Talib Zana, and will stay with Maine. So it all reset at the regular season. We came here after New Year's, washed off the champagne, and everyone was 0-0.
And that was a good thing for Windy City because all the shortage of the roster in the first half of the season didn't have a great record, but they've played much better since we flipped into 2022.
Everyone has to watch their noses today, Mark.
I know.
That's the
It's one of
third
those things.
nose shot, this time Wayne Blackshear. It's one of the most painful things that can happen to a human. You get slapped on the nose, and this is a former Chicago standout. Morgan Park High School, former top player in the state, Wayne Blackshear.
And he was just added to the roster recently because of all of the things we told you about. They were so short-handed. They added 2 players from the G League available players pool, and that's just enabling them to have a roster that can be fully competitive every night.
It was a different look for the Celtics a month ago. January 20th, took down the Bulls by 14 up in Portland. And here's Simonovic. Man, the Bulls are hot from downtown. That's the 8th.
Marco likes to shoot the ball from 3-point range, and it's nice to see the big man hit one.
How about 41-17? Look at that score. Still in the first quarter. Gist nails it. The answer with 2 1/3 left. Now let's see a heave. Lindsay got fouled.
Oh, no.
Another 3-point free throw.
Jarrell Christian, the head coach of the Maine Celtics, is looking at the referees and saying, you can't make that call. Desperation heave, but it was clearly a foul as our between quarters entertainment is going to have to be cleared off the floor.
Shades of Cal Stanford in the 70s.
The young ladies come running out here, ready to go. They've been practicing for weeks.
Refs are going to review it,
Okay,
so
look at it, all right.
We will go to break. A dominant first quarter for the Bulls here on NBC Sports Chicago.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Want more NBA action? Jump into League Pass and stream live games anywhere. Stream more dunks, more buzzer beaters, and more moments all season long on any device. Catch up with condensed games. Get interactive stats. And customize the play-by-play with local broadcasts. NBA League Pass brings the game to you. Subscribe today.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a
Back here, second quarter at the Now Arena. The Bulls.
Well, not quite yet. You got to shoot the free throw.
It's actually 0.2 left in the first quarter.
They had the replay review, and the call stands on the floor. So Scotty Lindsey get a chance to pick up 3 more points with 1 free throw.
And he, in 1 quarter, can have 2 3-point free throws.
You don't see that every day, but it can happen in the G League with the rule that they have in place.
And
Nothing but
there
net.
we go.
Yeah.
So
44-point quarter. That's impressive.
8 3-pointers plus those 2. So pretty much 10 3-pointers for the Bulls. What a first quarter. Completely dominating the Celtics.
And now the young ladies can run out of the court and do their thing. Got all that pent-up energy. They feed them Coca-Cola and chocolate before, and they're ready to roll.
We'll step aside the real second quarter when we come back.
Want more NBA action? Jump into League Pass and stream live games anywhere. Stream more dunks, more buzzer beaters, and more moments all season long on any device. Catch up with condensed games. Get interactive stats. And customize the play-by-play with local broadcasts. NBA League Pass brings the game to you. Subscribe today.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Want more NBA action? Jump into League Pass and stream live games anywhere. Stream more dunks, more buzzer beaters, and more moments all season long on any device. Catch up with condensed games. Get interactive stats. And customize the play-by-play with local broadcasts. NBA League Pass brings the game to you. Subscribe today.
Back at the Now Arena, the Bulls scored 44 points, cruising like these young dancers here.
Yeah,
in
I'm enjoying the between quarters entertainment. These young ladies in practice, and they're putting on a good show for the fans. Got a nice crowd here at Now Arena. Remember, a rematch coming up tomorrow between the Windy City Bulls and the Maine Celtics. That's going to be a 5 p.m. start. It's going to be Podcaster Palooza, where you'll see all your favorite Bulls podcasters who are going to put on a show at halftime. It's Dynasty night. The trophies are going to be in the building, so it's going to be cool.
Will my favorite Bulls podcaster be there?
I'll be here, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure.
I was hoping you were setting me up for that, but I almost stepped in it, right?
The all-time best, Mark Chanowski.
Give me the hot sauce on all your favorite podcast platforms.
Alongside Stacey King, that one's a classic, and that first quarter was a classic for the Bulls. 44 points, 8 threes, and here's a fast break to start the second. Dotson's got it, and a pinpoint pass, great finish for Cook.
Really good pass by Devon Dotson as he saw Cook trailing the play, hit him right in stride, an easy finish for Tyler Cook.
Maine called a timeout.
I think that's one of those things a head coach does just to make a point. You know, saying that we just had a timeout, we just talked about that, and you let that happen.
Right, 23 seconds.
And I think if Jarrell Christian had his way, he'd just say, let's forget about this game and get ready for tomorrow's 5 o'clock affair here at Now Arena.
Right, it's a pretty quick turnaround, so only 23 seconds in. We're going to step aside here on NBC Sports Chicago, a 26-point lead for the high-flying Bulls. Hey, welcome back. Good to have you. The Bulls high flying to start, and Mark, it's behind the three ball.
They've been raining threes, 8 of 11 from beyond the arc in the first quarter for 72%. And the timeout, I think, right there by Jarrell Christian, he probably just issued a challenge to his guys and say, listen, we got to start playing or we're going to lose by 50. And I
there's
think
an
that
answer.
It really is a gut check. He's got some of his reserves in. Chris Clemens, their leading scorer, is not out there. I think he just wants to see this reserve group play with some intensity, especially on the defensive end as they just force a turnover.
And after the timeout, this Maine team hustling as Thomas got fouled. Thomas will go to the line. Kerwin Roach, the guilty party. Let's take a look.
As you see off the turnover, a nice pass ahead by Gist and the foul behind from Kerwin Roach. He didn't think he fouled Broderick Thomas, but he did, and he'll get a chance to pick up 2 points at the free throw line. And this is one of those line in the sand moments for a team. We know that the professional game is a game of runs, so even though they're down now by 22, that doesn't mean they couldn't come back. And I'm sure Jarrell Christian said, listen, we've got 2.5 quarters here. We've got to play again this team tomorrow night. Let's show some pride out there.
Dotson got the foul and the bucket.
That was an acrobatic finish by Devon Dotson, just hoping to draw the foul. Crashes into the big man, is able to flip the ball up over his head, high off the glass and in. Now he's a chance to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. As you take another look, Blackshear comes over. He got the worst of it, and then off the glass, nice finish there by Devon Dotson, sporting that bandage over the eye.
He took a scratch earlier, and bandage and all.
Needed a cut man on the side, but he's got 15 first-half points.
That's after 21 second-half points in the Bulls' OT thrilling win on Wednesday. Here's Blackshear on Cook, the baseline drive, and a foul on Tyler.
Yeah, I think the focus for the Celtics now is to try to get the ball inside, attack the basket, and maybe get some opportunities for some easy points at the free throw line because they haven't done a good job shooting it, right around 32% from the field and below that from the three-point line.
And there's Blackshear from just beyond the arc. The Chicago kid actually had a foot on the line, so it's a long two.
Hate the long twos.
Hate.
Yeah, I mean, in this game, the three-point shot is so important. I remember a nice finish there by Marko Simonovic, a little finger roll with the right hand. He gets it to go. Another chance for a three-point play for the Bulls. My old partner on the Bulls pre- and post-game shows, Kendall Gill, said he led the world in long twos. He said he would always step a little bit over the line, and it used to drive him crazy. Nice move there by Simonovic. He kind of fends off Blackshear with the left hand, lays it in with the right. Now he'll go to the free throw line. And that's one of the things that the Bulls want to see him develop, show some good strength going to the basket.
Hey, that was a grown man move to the hoop for the Bulls' former second-round pick, and they are doubling up the Celtics. Dropped a 14-point loss to Maine up in Portland on the 20th of January, but now the Bulls putting on a show. Thomas off the front end, and Simonovic clears.
And nobody on the offensive glass for the Celtics. They just basically conceded that defensive rebound to the Bulls.
You're seeing low effort?
Yeah, low energy, bad body language. We'll see if they can respond to the coaching challenge as they knife into the passing lane with Deng Adel. Passes it over to Blackshear. That was good execution on the 2-on-1 break.
Blackshear, former national champion with Louisville. Nice little spurt for him. And here's Roach. Off to Simonovic. Couldn't twirl another one in, but he'll go to the line.
Yeah, Jarrell Christian, the head coach of the Maine Celtics, is right in front of us, and he just held his hands out after that like, is anybody going to play defense here? An easy bounce pass as we see the play again. Simple high pick and roll. The big man overcommits to the guard with the ball. Easy dump off to Simonovic. Couldn't get the shot to fall, but he'll have one free throw to pick up 2 points.
And he picks him up. 54-28, the Bulls dominating. And Mark, Wednesday was the polar opposite. We saw a 15-0 deficit to start in a Bulls win. And here's Blackshear powering in for the grown man move.
Yeah, Blackshear getting an opportunity now to play some big-time minutes because the coaching staff not happy with the effort of the starters. They're going to give their reserves a little bit of an extra run here in the second quarter.
Tyler Cook, beautiful move in the flush.
As the onslaught of the paint continues, the 44 points that the Bulls scored in the first quarter, that's the most allowed in the history of the Maine franchise. Of course, they used to be the Red Claws. The previous high was 43, so a little history tonight at Now Arena.
So on Wednesday, you score nothing through the first 6 minutes, and then on Saturday, have the other guys set a franchise record.
And now the Celtics have a player injured behind the play. As shorthanded as they are, they really can't afford for another guy to go out, but that's exactly what's happened. He's laying on the baseline.
Yeah, that's Thomas.
They're playing 4 against 5.
And Thomas favoring the left leg. And Maine's just playing this one out. Here's Blackshear letting go for 3. A little strong. And
yeah, they had to get a take foul
out
to get Thomas out of the game.
So Broderick Thomas is out. Chris Clemens comes back in. And Maine might be down to a rotation of 7.
Yeah, shorthanded as they are, that's the last thing that they wanted to see, especially as you mentioned, a back-to-back set, another game coming up tomorrow at 5 here in Now Arena.
Bulls keeping the pedal to the metal here on a Saturday night at home. Kerwin Roach off to Simonovic. He powers inside, strong move, but he didn't finish. Then he got the foul. That was a really strong rebound. Second chance.
Foul from behind by Bohannon. I think that Marco, we'd like to see him be able to finish that first move. Came off the rim, he was able to grab the rebound, got fouled on the second attempt. Blackshear is a big body, he couldn't move him out of the way, but give credit to Marco for staying with it, gets the offensive rebound, foul from behind, he'll go to the free throw line.
Blackshear 6'5", 230.
Yeah, he's got a big solid body, but not a lot of height, so Marco should have a big advantage. Blackshear will just try to use his weight to try to push him out of position.
That's a big area of growth for Simonovic. He told us before the season, I need to work on my muscles, get a little stronger, and that'll take him up.
When he came over to the States, 6'11", 210, 220. I mean, he has a lot of room for growth, and that's something that the Bulls will try to work with him to hopefully he can be a productive NBA player at some point. He needs to get stronger to be able to play at the next level.
Now John Bohannon to the line. Marko Simonovic knocking on the door of the NBA. And here he was defensively watching Bohannon take a foul. Bohannon, a veteran player who's been in the G League since 2014. Off the front end.
And we should point out that Daniel Oturu, who you normally would see playing backup minutes at the center position, is out of tonight's game. Hopefully they get him back soon. He's been a very productive player off the bench for Henry Domerson.
Here's Cook with the left-hand slam.
Yeah, that just wasn't fair. He had Chris Clemens pinned underneath the basket, and Clemens kind of looks over to the bench like, what am I supposed to do there? An easy dunk for Tyler Cook. Everything is going wrong for the Maine Celtics right now.
And a technical foul call. So Maine whistled for a tee. It'll send Scotty Lindsay over to the stripe. So just as you're saying that everything that's going wrong could go wrong,
yeah, why not add a technical
happens.
foul to the whole mix? As you see the head coach of the Maine Celtics, Jarrell Christian, talking to one of the officials like, what happened here? We're losing by 30 points. Why would you put a technical on top of that?
And Lindsay added the cherry on top.
Sometimes all it takes is a magic word, and maybe that's what we got from one of the Celtics players.
There are a few magic words.
There are a few.
We'll leave it up to your imagination. So the Bulls up 31 just a few minutes into the second quarter. And here goes Burton, who was active early, takes the foul and the bucket.
Yeah, when the game began, I thought Burton was going to give them a nice second score to go with Chris Clemens. He looked very aggressive. He scored 7 points in the first quarter, and it looked like he was going to be a guy that could maybe help them out. He has got a quick first step. He was able to blow by Tyler Cook. Cook, as you see, didn't like the call, but Burton will go to the free throw line, and he would have to be the guy that would be their secondary scorer to Clemens in order for them to try to hang in this game. And to this point, it just hasn't happened for the Celtics.
Yeah, Burton's a really experienced pro player. 71 games in the NBA. Two-way guy with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Henry Drell back into the game. He had a 3 in the first.
Oh,
Burton with the fake out.
Globetrotters action there. Everybody jumped in the air. Next thing you know, they're going to bring a bucket of confetti out there. I don't know what's going on with the Celtics. Oh, my goodness.
So the list keeps on building. Everything that could go wrong does go wrong, and add this.
Oh, that's funny.
Roach a 3-ball.
Oh, I thought he knocked that down. The way they're hitting those 3-point shots.
Bulls hit 8 of them in the first quarter. A little quiet offensively to start the second, but it doesn't really matter when the Celtics beat themselves up, and they're no good from point blank. Nice feed to Simonovic. He's all by himself, but missed a gimme.
Yeah, he kind of rushed that, tried to lay it up with the left hand. He should have just kind of got himself gathered. He could have dunked it with 2 hands.
Gist slices in, and that was off the bottom of the backboard, but he took a foul.
We should point out, you know, there's 7 minutes left in the second quarter. We've seen stranger things at the professional level. In the NBA and the G League, big runs can happen at any time. Just because the Celtics aren't making their shots now, it doesn't mean they're not capable of making a run.
You've got players who can catch fire. Gist is one of them. Chris Clemens.
Yeah, Clemens has been quiet to this point, and if he catches fire, they could get on a big run.
He's got only 5 points. Celtics, by the way, aren't making their free throws at all. Dotson scoops a pass to Simonovic, off to Lindsay. Around the perimeter, here's Drell, short shot. Simonovic, second chance.
Nice work there by Marco. He kind of nudged Bohannon out of position and got the rebound, but his follow-up attempt goes off the bracket, and then the Celtics throw it away.
Steal for Dotson. Ahead to Drell. Nice Euro step with the left hand.
Really good finish there by Henry Drell. As we mentioned, a quick first step. He caught the ball on the wing, quickly got into the lane and laid it in. Very nice work by Henry Drell.
Really lanky player out of Tallinn, Estonia. He's shown us some nice offense this month. Adele on the baseline. He does a step through. Clemens, rough night for him.
Yeah, he's off to a really slow start. Nice dish out ahead, long lead piece to Kerwin Roach, who gets fouled. Bulls are doing a good job on their defensive glass that time. 1 shot for Chris Clemens, and they got out on the run. Long lead pass to Kerwin Roach, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Here was that heave from Lindsay, and Roach took the hip check.
Yeah, when you get a team that's kind of dispirited like the Celtics are now, you want to push the tempo, look for easy transition opportunities. That time they were slow getting back on defense, set the stage for that long look-ahead pass to Kerwin Roach.
And here's a guy marking Roach who's shown us a lot of growth offensively.
He has. Early in the year, the book on him was he was a defensive specialist coming out of the University of Texas, where he played on a very good Longhorn team, but people were wondering, could he score? Could he be a consistent outside shooter? As the season has gone on, he's been more and more of a contributor at that end. And here's Marco dribbling again.
And there's the speedy Roach for the slam.
How about that? Your 6'11" center leading the break feeds Kerwin Roach, who throws it down with 2 hands. Really nice fast break by the Bulls.
He's always been able to do that. Former track star, Kerwin Roach. Now it's Bohannon, the big man, stepping through, takes a foul.
And Marco's going to help him up, saying, yep, you got me that time. He picks up the foul, so Bohannon will go to the free throw line. Yeah, Marco playing point guard, passing to his point guard, who throws it down with 2 hands. A little role reversal there, and everything's working for the Windy City Bulls.
Bohannon missed his last free throw, and everything stays working for the Windy City Bulls.
I'm trying to keep people on the broadcast by saying they're capable of making a run, but I'm starting to doubt my own words at this point.
It's going to start now. No. Maybe now. Here's Chris Clemens. Little 3-on-2 for the Celtics, and here comes Burton.
As the Celtics throw it away again. But, you know,
when's it going to start, Mar?
This is the developmental league, and Bulls fans who are watching us tonight on NBC Sports Chicago, they want to see how some of the young guys are going to develop. So keep an eye on Marko Simonovic to see how he's working on the inside. Devon Dotson running the team at the point guard. Scotty Lindsay and Ethan Thompson on the wings. There's always things to watch when you're watching a G League game, because it is about development.
And a double dribble, add that to the list.
Yeah, I tell you what, I think they'd like to just wave the white flag and say, let's play again tomorrow.
And we will.
We will play again tomorrow.
But we got to finish today's first. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. It's great to have all of you with us here on NBC Sports. And there's a 3 miss in the corner. One-hand grab on the rebound for Clemens. Chris Clemens with a whole head of steam just chucks it up. And he took a foul from Calendret.
Perry on Calendret, he knows the scouting report. He made sure that he picked up Clemens before he got to the three-point line. Otherwise, that would have been a pull-up 3 by Clemens. Clemens did the next best thing, tries to get around him, gets a bit of a hip check, and he is fouled he will go to the free throw line because Windy City's in the penalty.
So he didn't really need to throw it at the hoop, but for good measure.
Just
Clemens
a shooter's
sinks the free
reflex.
throw.
You're hoping you can pick up an extra point.
It's ingrained in you. So watching this developmental basketball, seeing potentially some of the stars of the future. Perry on Calendret. With it now off to Lindsay. Here's Drell. Nice move, he took a foul. Frustration continuing to build for this Maine Celtics team. Usually really disciplined, but they've been foul happy. And here was the latest.
Yeah, Henry Drell takes the pass inside, picks up the foul, and Windy City with a chance to pick up another 2 points the easy way. Celtics again going to their bench. Talib Zana comes back in.
Henry Drell, international star. He's out of Estonia. And the son of 2 basketball players. His dad, Harry. His mom, Marel. And
He's been
son,
getting more
Henry.
playing time as the season has gone on. I think he's shown Henry Domarsant that he can be a contributor on both ends. As you mentioned, long. Can get into passing lanes for steals, and he can also shoot the three-pointer.
Good body on defense there. Here's Adele driving on Lindsay, and he went twirling. We'll stay on this end.
Both teams are over the limit fouls for this quarter, so any foul will result in free throws. And fortunately with the G League rule, as they're parading to the free throw line, we only have to see him shoot 1 free throw.
Free throws are really racking up today.
And one of the ideas behind this experimental rule is to improve the pace of the game. Most G League games are done within about 2 hours, as opposed to the NBA game, which is about 2:20. And some of the time you save is on shooting less free throws.
It's been a couple years now with the rule. How do you think it's going?
You know, at first I wasn't a big fan of it. I think it's good in terms of pace of play, but you certainly wouldn't want to do it like in an NBA playoff game because it seems a little gimmicky. I don't know if it's ever going to make it to the NBA level, but this is the second season that they're trying this. Actually, the third season they're trying this experimental rule. So obviously the NBA people want to take a long look at it and see if it's something they want to implement at that level.
And a game like this with a lot of fouls, that one being the latest, it really helps pace.
I just think if you get into the most important games at the NBA level, if you have a guy like Shaquille O'Neal or any other low percentage three-point shooter or free throw shooter, you want to make sure that they earn their points. I just don't know if it's going to work at the NBA level.
And here it shuts off in the final 2 minutes. The three-point free throw that we've seen 2 of today feels like a little stretch.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy way to pick up 3 points. But again, the alternative is to see someone line up and shoot 3 free throws, which really brings the game to a grinding halt.
Bulls have to throw it in again. Huge lead for Windy City, coming out to 44 points in the first quarter. And there's a very frustrated Jarrell Christian, first-year head coach for Maine. Former college star at Emory and Henry College. Lindsay almost pulled the trigger. Calendret calls for the screen. Drops off to Drell. Fancy footwork for the Estonian. And a 3-ball for Calendret.
Why not? Calendret looks over at the Windy City bench saying, yeah, I got that. That's his second 3 of the night.
Everyone in on the action, and 1 for Clemens.
Yeah, we haven't seen much offensively from Chris Clemens, but that play you saw exactly what makes him an explosive scorer. As he takes it strong to the basket, is able to finish as he gets around Scotty Lindsay on the drive. Lindsay called for the foul and the body contact. He gets the lay-in and a chance to complete the 3-point play, but no, and Simonovic gets the rebound.
Tough free throw shooting night continues for Maine. Chris Clemens, just 5'9" and a travel. 5'9". We've seen a lot of short players, one of them being Isaiah Thomas, talk about you're low, stay low, and get lower. That helps weave around.
Well, the thing that makes Clemens so good is he's an explosive jumper. So even though he's only 5'9", he's got such good elevation on his jump shot, he can shoot it over much taller players.
44-inch vertical for the former Campbell star. Adele chases his own rebound, but chases it out. And it's Bulls ball. 44-inch vertical, just like Mark Shanowski.
Yeah, in my dreams.
Chris Clemens, a high flyer. That's a Simonovic travel.
Yeah, the pace of play has really ground to a halt now with the Bulls. They got up to that 35-point lead. It just seems like both teams are trying to figure out, well, what do we do next? And that's going to be something I think both coaches will talk about to their teams during halftime is that, you know, we've got 24 minutes to play. Let's make the most of it and get ready for tomorrow night.
In and out on Clemens. Cleaning up the glass. Talib Zana couldn't get it. And it's out off Adele.
Adele battling for the offensive rebound. Couldn't get the tip to go. Winds up knocking it out of bounds. It'll go back to the Bulls as we've got a 32-point spread here on NBC Sports Chicago. Nice pass there, Devon Dotson. Tyler Cook with the big finish. The Bulls running away with the action here at Now Arena on NBC Sports Chicago. We welcome you back to Now Arena. Don't forget to get your favorite teams at your fingertips with the My Teams app. Stream games, listen to podcasts, breaking news alerts, and a whole lot more. Download the My Teams app now.
And here at the Now Arena, this game a little funky right now. The Bulls scored 44 points, a franchise record against the Maine Celtics in the first quarter. And now it's been a little choppy, a lot of fouls, turnovers, and the Bulls still in the driver's seat.
Well, as I mentioned, the most important thing for both teams is just to forget about the score. Execute your offense, stay with your defensive system, and play out the game in the right way.
Ethan Thompson misses the three. That's what the Bulls offense has been built around tonight. As a team, Bulls are shooting 9 of 17 from downtown. Demers misses. His team shooting 4 of 21. That sort of tells the tale of the night. Dotson on the drive. Kicks to Lindsay, a long three. It's off the front end. Tip back no. And there's Clemens.
Ethan Thompson doing a nice job getting to the offensive glass. Couldn't get the tip to go.
Burton with the pink shoes nails it. Deontay Burton had a fast start. His 11th point.
Yeah, those shoes look like a Pepto-Bismol bottle, and I think the head coach might need some Pepto at halftime.
There's a nice step through scoop for Dotson, looking to add to the need for Pepto.
Yeah, you just get the feeling that Devon can get anywhere he wants on the court tonight because the dispirited Celtics are not playing a whole lot of defense.
And now Adele will head to the line where the dispirited Celtics have been abysmal. 5 of 10 as a team. Meanwhile, the Bulls 9 of 10. And here's another look at that foul. So Adele to the line. He's taking a heck of a journey, Deng Adele, born in the South Sudan. They fled, his family, moved to Australia when he was 8. Then basketball came into his life. He came to America, attended Louisville.
Yeah, I remember him as a college player at Louisville. There was a lot of talk that he was a guy that had a future at the next level, and kind of never really reached the heights I think they expected for him at Louisville, and now he's trying to make his way up through the G League ranks.
Yeah, only 19 NBA games. That was with the Cavs in 2018. Really high-flying, athletic player. 22 in the white on the ball right now. Calendret pushes past him. Flips to Dotson, and the three strong. Offensive board, though, Thompson. The Bulls have been bullies in the paint. The fall-away misses, though.
Really good work again by the Bulls on the offensive glass. Couldn't convert that time.
Now Clemens pushing past Dotson. Gets his own board. Clemens scoops it out, and Calendret on the steal.
4-on-1 break for the home team.
There's Thompson and an offensive foul, so the one for the Celtics delivers.
Yeah, I think Calendret, he's holding his hand to his head like I had 4 guys I could have picked from, and I picked the wrong guy because he winds up running into DeAndre Burton, and it's going to be a charging foul instead of an easy basket for the Bulls.
Burton took that one exactly how they teach you. Just get the feet set, stay still, and let him blow the whistle. This is Asante Gis taking another foul. These teams have combined for 26 first-half fouls.
Yeah, it's really deteriorated since the game got so lopsided. It just seems like instead of playing solid defense, a lot of guys are reaching and slapping instead of playing sound fundamental D. And we'll see if that changes after halftime. Hopefully both teams come out refreshed and ready to play some solid basketball.
Shorthanded Celtics have only 7 in the rotation right now. Broderick Thomas took an injury in the first quarter. And another free throw miss.
Boy, they leave a lot of points at the line. That's just crazy.
Just 6 of 12. Dotson ahead of steam.
Beautiful drive by Devon Dotson. Dangadell came over to try to challenge, but Dotson just lofted it up over him, soft off the glass. He gets it to go. 19 points for the Bulls point guard.
When he charges in like that, so hard to stop. And now it's Clemens, who had 3 straight triple-doubles last week. Smokes past Drell, gets blocked. Now Thompson with it. 5 on the clock. Dotson flips to Lindsay at the reverse slam.
That will make the G League highlight reel tonight. That was impressive. Behind the back pass by Dotson to Scotty Lindsay. He didn't just dunk it. He went up with a 2-hand reverse as he has this big smile for us here on NBC Sports Chicago. He said, you didn't think I had that in my bag, but beautiful reverse dunk by Scotty Lindsay.
Scotty seems impressed with himself. He had a beautiful setup from Devon Dotson, and he's made himself happy.
Yeah, sometimes guys have a chance to think about how they're going to dunk it, but I think where the pass went, it just led him right into that move, and he converted with a beautiful finish.
And Dotson can't finish off and get the Bulls to 80 at halftime, but 78 is pretty good for the Bulls, completely smothering the Celtics in half one, and it's behind the point guard, Devon Dotson. He's been spectacular, putting on a show at the Now Arena. It's halftime here on NBC Sports Chicago. Watch out, there goes Scotty.